This week at the University of Rhode Island, a nationwide protest led by students for gun control held this weekend in Providence.
A dance marathon that raised money for Children's Miracle Network.
The life of a campus delivery driver, what a night out delivering to hungry college kids is like.
And some campus chatter, what easy gen eds are there for students to take.
All of that and more on this week's 5-Cent Cigar Newscast. Over the weekend, students across Rhode Island came together for the March for Our Lives rally in Providence to push for stronger gun control regulations. The rally in Providence was just one of many across the United States. Many URI students made the trip to Providence, and 5-Cent Cigar's Brooke McCarthy was there for the event.
No student should have to worry every day when they go to school or college if that day will be their last.
URI sophomore Nathan Cornell addressed a crowd of hundreds at the March for Our Lives rally in Providence.
We need to all get on board with trying to find a solution to this problem.
Rhode Island has set many precedents for our country. However, we are falling behind on this diverging path of gun control.
Students from all over Rhode Island took the stage to demonstrate they will not wait around for politicians to take action.
Because I'm hearing from students that they're afraid to go into their schools, and that should never happen.
Parents, grandparents, and young kids joined students on the lawn of the State House.
Obviously, this is a really big issue, and it needs to be brought up.
URI even rented 3 party buses for students to get a free ride to the rally.
We had 3 buses, and on our bus there's about 15, so just multiply that by 3.
Providence was one of hundreds of student-led rallies happening across the country on Saturday.
I think anytime that you bring awareness to an issue, it will promote change because it gets people talking.
Politicians only spoke briefly, allowing students to dominate the rally.
Here's an idea. Since gun technology has changed, how about we change our laws too?
Reporting in Providence, Brooke McCarthy, 5-Cent Cigar News.
First ever Roadie-thon was held last Saturday at Mackle Fieldhouse. It is one of more than 300 Miracle Network Dance Marathon programs fundraising for local children's hospitals. The collective efforts of students have raised nearly $180 million since 1991 for Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, a nonprofit organization that raises funds and awareness for 170 pediatric hospitals in the U.S. and Canada.
So it's basically a dance marathon. For us, it'll be only 8 hours. Sometimes it can go up to 24 hours. And people just dance, have fun. We have different sports going on, face painting, and events for the kids. But all of the proceeds go to Hasbro Children's Hospital.
Over 1,000 students attended with representation from Greek life, student athletes, clubs, organizations, and individuals. There was a card-making station to send to kids at Hasbro, a wall to sign Why I Dance, a backdrop for pictures, and families that you could introduce yourself to and talk about your personal experience with Hasbro. There was a DJ, live music, performances from Musically Inclined and the Ramettes, a quick Zumba lesson, and other group dances and exercises.
I think it's super important not only to raise money for such a great cause, but it's also a way to bring our whole community together. We don't have many events that are like that right now. So by being able to bring different entities of campus together, we're coming together as one to go to a great cause.
At the end of the night, over $147,000 was raised and will be donated to the Children's Miracle Network, specifically Hasbro's Children's Hospital in Providence. And now a look at your sports.
Nikki Latarullo is live in the studio with us for your latest Roadie Sports Corner. Nikki?
Hello, Roadie fans, and welcome back to this week's edition of Rhode Island Sports Corner. The search for a new head coach for the URI men's basketball team is underway after former head coach Dan Hurley left for the same position at the University of Connecticut. Hurley signed a 6-year contract worth reportedly $2.75 million in his first season. URI Athletic Director Thor Bjorn addressed the future of the program on Thursday.
And with that, I certainly wish him well. I've enjoyed our partnership and our friendship over the last 6 years, and very appreciative of what we've been able to build, what he's been able to build, the quality of player he's been able to bring here. And so with that, I wish him all the best.
Bjorn stated a national coaching search will begin immediately, and the only candidate he mentioned by name was associate head coach David Cox. He also highlighted the University of Rhode Island gave Dan Hurley a very aggressive offer, which they have zero regrets about. According to ESPN's Jeff Goodman, that offer was reportedly a 7-year contract where starting in 2019, Hurley would make $2 million a year, a 24-month plan to build a men's basketball practice facility, as well as salary boosts for his staff and charter flights to all away games.
It was an aggressive offer, and one that we felt really good about, and one that we dealt with and talked about internally, that we think that if we were going to continue to attract or keep Dan at URI, we're going to have to get aggressive. We've done that, and I have zero regrets on the offer that we made.
Thor is hopeful a new head coach will be named in about 2 to 2.5 weeks.
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks before we can be back here and naming our new coach. That's my goal. Obviously, anything can happen.
With all that being said, Thor made it clear the URI men's basketball team is not a house of cards. They are built on a solid foundation and are committed to achieving greatness at the highest possible level. Now let's go to the field. Rhody baseball had 2 games at home this week, the first against Quinnipiac and then against Northeastern. 5 Cent Cigars' Kate Rogerson was there and has more.
After playing 21 of their first 22 games on the road, the Rams began a 7-game home stretch versus the Quinnipiac Bobcats on Tuesday.
Despite trailing at 3 different points in the game, Rhody rallied in the 7th inning, scoring 3 runs to seal the 7-5 win. Junior Kevin Heiss went 2 for 3 on the plate, driving in a career-high 4 RBIs. He said one of the team's goals for the day was to get good at bats.
We've been struggling offensively, so we just wanted to stay relaxed and be confident.
5 different Rhode Island pitchers took the mound, allowing no walks. Cam LaFleur earned the win, and Tyler Bars got his 3rd save of the season.
Having back-to-back games, Rhode Island faced Northeastern on Wednesday. Going into the matchup, the Rams had just a .197 team batting average.
URI freshman pitcher Ryan Twitchell earned his first collegiate start. However, it was the Huskies who came out strong, getting on top early in the game by scoring 3 runs in the first inning. They finished out the day with 17 hits and a 15-8 victory over URI.
We're just trying to get ourselves ready, just play good baseball. Of course I want to win, but I want us to play a good baseball game and get good at bats, and the wins will come. We have enough talent where the wins will come.
Going forward, the Rams are looking to execute on getting good at bats. Coach Serrato mentioned the importance of focusing on the process rather than the end results. Rhody hosts Davidson this weekend in a 3-game series. Reporting live from Billbeck Field, Kate Rogerson, 5 Cent Cigar Sports.
Rhody softball was also on the road for a 3-game series against George Mason, and not only did they win the series, but they turned a rare triple play in the bottom of the 6th inning that landed them a spot on SportsCenter's top 10 plays of the week. Take a look. This play, coming off a double steal, the pitch swung on to right. It's caught by Julich. She throws to second. Martiri sends it home, and it's good for the rare 9-6-2 triple play. Going off of that, a big congratulations to junior Julia Warowski, who was named the A-10 co-pitcher of the week. She appeared in the final game versus the Patriots, where she pitched 3 extra innings and struck out 2 batters. And that's all for your Rhody Sports this week. Make sure to stay updated on my Twitter at Nicole Lattarulo for all things URI athletics. For now, I'm live in the studio. Nikki Lattarulo, 5 Cent Cigar Sports.
We all love a good delivery driver. They bring us joy and food when it's late at night and we're starving while trying to cram for that exam. But have you ever wondered what life is like for a campus food delivery driver? I decided to go along for the ride. Take a look. Students at the University of Rhode Island, without a shadow of a doubt, love to order in from time to time from the Kingston Emporium. But what about the drivers that make all these order-ins possible? I had the chance to ride along with delivery driver Jonah Delasanta, a recent URI grad and 3-year delivery driver for Albie's Place, and ask him about his experiences. When asked about what an average night of delivery looks like for him, Delasanta says it's trial by error.
You got to try and learn the ins and outs of campus, try and learn what people look for in a delivery. There's a lot of different things that go into it.
As a weekly delivery driver, Delasanta has his regulars he delivers to more often than not.
The basketball players, for example, I've delivered to those guys a million times. Really nice guys. They really know the Albie's menu. One of our most popular specials recently was EDC special. Sausage, bacon, bacon, egg, and cheese on English with grape jelly. It was something that he just ordered one day. He started ordering it semi-regularly, so we just made it a special.
On busier nights, Della Santa can have up to 20 or more deliveries per ride. He says having those nice and friendly deliveries really makes a shift go that much smoother. At the end of our ride-along, Della Santa shared some tips and tricks for new delivery drivers and prospective drivers.
Don't drive like a maniac, it's never worth it. Charge your phone. Be nice, like actually smile, because you're not going to get tipped if you're not a nice person. And big one, I think, respect people's boundaries.
This is Chelsea Opongwadier, 5 Cent Cigar News.
Registration upon us, that question of what will get me an EZA is now being asked by many students around campus. 5 Cent Cigar's Daniel Hollingsworth asked a few students what classes gave them the GPA boost they were looking for.
Yeah, definitely. Some classes I remember taking my freshman year were Animal Science, ABS 101, Introduction to Psychology. I definitely recommend taking a language introduction level course because for me they're really easy.
I took this class, Art 101. Didn't know much about it going into it, not in our major, but the teacher was very nice. It was an 8 a.m., so I was weary about it, but it turned out to be a really relaxing time. Got to express the creative side, do something I've never done before, and ended up with an A-, so it was definitely a good class to take.
Theater was a very easy gen ed, and it was fun because I feel like it also tested your public speaking skills as well, which I feel like some people have trouble with that. And it was really fun, and it wasn't a lot of course load, and it was easy to work through my other classes because I'm nursing, so.
URI students are urged to meet with their advisor before their registration date to make sure they fulfill their gen ed requirements that are specific to their major. I speak with Dean Linda Moffat from the University College in Roosevelt Hall to see why she says it's important for students to meet with an advisor prior to registering for class.
Advisors are here in University College or in the degree colleges to keep students on track. And so I think the most important thing is that students, when they do meet with advisors, which is absolutely critical, to make sure that they do their homework first. And so they should be looking at the academic requirements, the audit within each campus, so that they can at least get a snapshot of where they think they are. And then I think that bringing that information with them to an advising appointment and a curriculum sheet that's filled out every single time will ensure that they're progressing and they can meet the milestone of moving from University College to the degree college, and then make sure they're graduating on time. And you know, for us, it's take 5, finish in 4. We really strive to try to make sure that the students are coming in frequently enough so that we can redirect them if they're taking the wrong thing or they've, you know, heard advice from well-intentioned friends and family. We want to be sure that they're getting accurate advice from their advisors.
Students can make appointments with their advisor through Starfish to see what classes they have to take, and more importantly, what classes not to take. I'm Daniel Hollingworth, Good 5 Cent Cigar News.
Other top stories this week, Student Senate held a vote to defund the student organization leadership consultants this week. Pick up a copy of the Good 5 Cent Cigar to find out the results of the vote.
And a fun butting heads debate on who are the worst drivers, Rhode Island or Massachusetts.
That's all we have for you this week. For more on these stories and everything you need to know, visit RhodeyCigar.com.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Chelsea Opongwadier.
And I'm Margo Gagnon, and thanks for tuning in, and have a great week, everyone.